Hi, I'm Barry Best, and thank you again for spending part of your day with us here on AM 630 The Word. And I am so pleased to be talking to, once again, a good friend of the family, Scott McMurrian. He is the founder of Bottom Line Realty Advisors. Scott, it's great seeing you again. Haven't talked to you for a while. How's everything going for you?
Really very good. Thank you. It's good to be with you.
Okay, now before we get into Bottom Line Realty Advisors and what you do and what you can do for folks, let me get a little bit of background on you that folks may not know who Scott McMurrian is.
Well, thank you. I'm a Texas native, originally from Tyler, Texas. And just a little trivia is I actually graduated with Earl Campbell in 1974 from John Tyler High School.
You did? Well, there's a little bit of trivia. If that ever comes up in Trivial Pursuit, I'm going to win that round.
That was quite an adventure to see someone as extraordinary as he was. He was a man among boys.
He sure was. He was the pride of Texas, that's for sure. Now, when did you get into the real estate business?
I was in the Air Force for 5 years, and it was an odd term because they helped pay for my last year of college, and so I paid it back with a little extra time. But I was married by then. I'd only been married for just a little over a year and a half, and my wife and I decided to get out of the Air Force and go back to Tyler, Texas. We weren't really sure what we were going to do, but by God's design, an opportunity opened up and I got into the real estate appraising business. And that was my first experience with real estate at all. And within a few months, I was selling houses for a living. Oh, I'd say a few months. I should say it was really over a year that the appraisal work started dropping off. And by then I already had the bug and had sold a house or two. And then I did that for several years.
Now, when did you start Bottom Line Realty Advisors, and why?
Well, it was several years later. I made a complete career change from residential real estate to commercial real estate, and again, it was just it was an extraordinary situation where I couldn't miss that God was doing something, and we moved from our town, our friends, and started over and went to work for a company called Coker Equity here in San Antonio. It had 1 million square feet. And so my job was to be a leasing manager and make sure that space was leased. And so that was my adventure into real estate, in commercial real estate in San Antonio. And after 4 years of that, I went to work for a company that did landlord representation, a variety of landlords. And we also did tenant representation. And after a couple of years with them, it was real clear to me that I wanted to have my own company, but more than that, I wanted to have my own company that was focused single-mindedly representing business people and tenants. I had been in the middle of a conflict of interest, and it became clear to me. I don't know why I never noticed it before, but I thought I was doing a tenant rep job at the time, and the person never said a word to me, but I felt like they should have. Because the place they were interested in, our company also had that listing. And the broker I worked for actually was personally invested in the property. And I wondered to myself, I thought my client could have come to me and said, Scott, you seem like a nice guy, but how in the world could I have confidence you're negotiating hard against your boss? And it would have been a fair question. And so I decided to start a company where my fiduciary relationship and my responsibility never shifts from day to day. It's always on the side of the tenant and not the landlord. Right. We respect landlords. We just choose not to represent them. And Barry, that's what separates us from every commercial company in town.
All right, and we just have a little bit of time left, so I want to make sure that people can get a hold of you. How can they reach you online or even by phone?
Sure. I'll give you my personal cell number. It's 210-535-7800. That's 210-535-7800. Or go to our website and just learn a little bit about us, and then you're welcome to give us a call. It's bottomlinerealtyadvisors.com, www.bottomlinerealtyadvisors.com. Pretty easy to find us.
So again, I want to thank you very much, Scott McMurrian, the founder and CEO of Bottom Line Realty Advisors. And again, bottomlinerealtyadvisors.com.
Thank you so much, Barry. Have a blessed day.
Thanks, Scott. Have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.